How many ATMs do you think you could use it at?
Let's see, 54.
Oh, just missed it. 55.
Oh, it was close.
1,000. Heck.
Huh, just 3 decimal points.
Yeah.
The high school game of the week is brought to you by Boatman's, Kansas City's largest bank with 45 metro area locations to serve all your banking needs.
And welcome back to Roy Edwards Stadium here in Kansas City, Kansas, Wyandotte County, for tonight's game between Shawnee Mission South and Wyandotte. And Duran, this is a big game in more ways than one. The biggest reason, though, is they begin district play tonight in Kansas, and this is the first of their 3 games down the stretch.
And because of the way this playoff system works in Kansas and in Missouri, Neil, the district games are so important. So regardless of what you've done during the regular season, you win these district games, you got an opportunity to go further into the playoffs.
You're looking at Hunter Kovitz ready to kick it off and get this game started for Shawnee Mission South. They're in here with a record of 4-2, and he'll be kicking deep to Eric Holmes. That's number 20 on your left. And 16 is Larry Bateman. Low driving kick to the puddle, picked up by Holmes. And he's got some room up the middle along with some good wheels. And he's out of here. The opening kickoff goes the distance. 86 yards for Eric Holmes.
No flag on the play, Neil. That's going to stand. What a return there. Did you see him shoot through that gap, Neil? I tell you, Eric Holmes found the gap, shot through it, didn't waste any time, and he's gone out the door.
Out the door is right, and the way I've got it, only took him 12 seconds to cover the distance.
I tell you, 12
That's
seconds.
not a bad 100 meters with your equipment on. And on to kick the extra point for Wyandotte is, it is blocked. That is Theo Bass that came in to kick it. Or actually, it's a snap that got away. And there is Eric Holmes on the sideline. Just took it 86 yards.
I tell you, I was down on the sideline before the game, and I looked at Eric Holmes, and I said, don't embarrass me wearing that number 20. He says, I won't.
You're with the 20 stuff early on?
He will point up here to me tonight because he knows I did talk to him before the game, and he said that he was going to show me what he could do wearing that number 20 jersey, and what a way to open up the game, returning the kickoff all the way for a touchdown.
We've got this thing sorted out, and Theo Bass is on and delivers the long extra point. And Wyandotte on top early, 7-0.
That's me in my high school days right here. We're just joking, but here you see Eric Holmes right here. Watch, Neil, look at it. He got the kicker beat right there. Kovitz should make that tackle right there. It slips off. You got to force him back to the pursuit, and he just outruns the coverage. They had great blocking up front. They were man on man, and I tell you, a tremendous job by Eric. Getting the ball, watch him set up his blocks. He reads the blocks, and look, he shoots right through the gap there and doesn't even look back. Look at that. He's still concentrating right there as a guy outstends his arms trying to catch him. But Eric Holmes, well, that looks like me, doesn't it? Don't you think?
I never saw you run that fast, if you're asking me.
Great opening play. And this is a team here, Neil, that, you know, has been beaten all season long, but they played the tough competition. They're not
really
intimidated by going up against a team 4-2 coming in here, Shawnee Mission South. They've played against all the best teams, not only in Missouri, but in the state of Kansas as well. They're well prepared.
Incredibly, their schedule has looked like this: Blue Valley, Blue Springs, Pittsburgh, Oak Park. We have Pittsburgh won the state 5A last year. Oak Park is considered to be one of the top teams in the area this season. Blue Springs won the state in Missouri 5A last year, and Blue Valley has been a perennial in Kansas. So don't let that 1-5 record deceive you.
And you've got Slagle this year. That's 1-5. I mean 5-1. So.
And Shawnee Mission South's turn. This is Aho, and he brings it forward to about the 33. Bear with us on the spotting of the ball tonight. With the conditions, it's going to be very tough to tell. But right now, 33-yard line. And here's the way the Raiders look on offense. This is their quarterback. He just started playing quarterback as a freshman, Brian Conrad. And he's a good leader on this team. And then the offensive front looks like this. They average about 206 pounds across that front. And the Wyandotte defense, big Randy Campbell anchors the line. And then the secondary looks like this. And on first down, they try Hunter Kovitz as he comes across the middle, and it's just incomplete.
That time Conrad threw the ball just a little too far across the middle on that quick slant play. Good play to open up the game, open up, quick slant, try to get it into the hands of your best receiver on the team and make them split the defense and maybe take it the distance.
Well, Shawnee Mission South has gone to more of a passing style offense this season. A little bit uncharacteristic of past teams, but they've done it because of Conrad, who has the nice arm as a left-hander. And he's done very well leading the Sunflower League in passing this season. Aho on second down, ahead for about 3 yards on the play. That'll bring up third down and 7, tackled there by Carl Campbell.
Tough-nosed player Carl Campbell stepping up in there that time and tackling Mike Aho, who picked up about 3 yards on the carry, Neil.
And Aho averaging about 4 yards a carry on the season.
Leading rusher, over 400 yards rushing. They've got to get him on track early in this football game and soften up this Wyandotte defense.
Third down 7 for the Raiders. Conrad with some play action, good pressure. And he just overthrows the intended receiver in the near sideline, George Ward, the intended receiver. And Shawnee Mission South 3 and out, and they'll have to punt it after their first possession.
And that's a tough throw, Neil. You're dropping back. You're on the opposite side of the field. You're going to throw way to the outside on a quick out route. That's a long throw for a high school quarterback unless you have a strong arm. And we know Conrad has a strong arm, but that's a long way to throw the ball. Not a very safe pass either.
To punt it away, Brent Taylor for Shawnee Mission South. Back deep, Bateman for Wyandotte. And he takes it in at the 35, and immediately he is clobbered. But he's up okay, and the special team work done by Shawnee Mission South right there. And let's look at the opening lineup on offense for the Wyandotte Bulldogs. They are led by their sophomore quarterback, as we discussed before, Kelly Newton. Only a sophomore, 6'1", 170. And he will lead this Wyandotte team. And he's got Bateman and Kennedy in the backfield, 2 good backs, and then the offensive front looks like that. We'll get to the South defense in just a second. 1st and 10 Wyandotte from their 35. The give right out of the gate is to Kennedy, and he's ahead for maybe a yard on the play, bringing up 2nd down, tackled there by Mike Vermeer. And Eric Infant leads that defensive football team for Shawnee Mission South. Secondary and linebackers look like this. Now, what's it like having a sophomore quarterback lead your team, Duran? This kid, they talk a lot about him, about his leadership skills, even though he's very young.
Yeah, he's very young, Neil, but, you know, he has an outstanding leadership quality, and he's a leader on his team. And, you know, when you get in a situation where you've got, you're starting for this team 3 games late in the season last year as a freshman, Neil, that shows the kind of confidence that Les Unruh has in Kelly Newton and his teammates too.
Offense.
So he's pretty much, you know, after this year, he's not considered, you know, a young player because he's had varsity experience, and he's the type of leader that the team expects. Plus, he's a tremendous athlete, and when you have an athlete on the field, when you're young and you're not too experienced, that like Newton is right now, you know, you have an opportunity to make up for mistakes with the great athletic ability.
2nd down and 15 on the give to the left side. That is Carl Campbell as he gets the start at tailback tonight. Tackled there by Greg Brewood. That's Brewood, I should say, on the tackle for the Raiders.
Campbell might be pound for pound one of the toughest kids on this football team, Neil. Coach Unruh said before the game that this kid is very tough. He works hard all the time, and he's going to be asked to carry some of that loaf of bread tonight and try and stick it into the end zone.
And he's back there now with Kennedy, split backfield, 3rd down 14 for the Bulldogs. Pitch it out to Kennedy. This is a load coming at you, and he gets the corner. But he's cut off quickly as he brings it out to the 40-yard line. On the tackle, Eric Johnson laid the lumber that time to Big Kennedy, who's 5'10", 220.
Well, the thing you can't do when you're out here on a field like this with the conditions is a little slippery. You just got to take the ball and get up the field. You can't be sitting back there dancing. You see a great block right there by the receiver. Don't dance. You got to run straight forward. And as he's trying to lay a hit on the defensive back there, he fumbles the ball. But Jamel Kennedy, a big player, getting out there on the corner.
Well, yeah, why would you be providing that type of movement when you're 220 at 5'10", with that type of thighs underneath you? And this one's kicked back deep on the punt. Taking it there is George Ward, and he goes to the far sideline out to about the 38-yard line, where the Raiders will try again on offense at the 8:22 mark of the first quarter. You know, Shawnee Mission South has played a very good schedule this season as well, Duran. The 3-time state champion Lawrence team, the Lawrence Lions, they lost to Lawrence in 2 overtimes, and then they lost to Olathe South in another overtime, and those are their only 2 losses this season.
And those are 2 of the best teams on the Kansas side, Neil. And when you consider they're fighting into overtime, it goes to show you just how good this Shawnee Mission South program is, too. They've got some great athletes. I mean, Conrad's good. Kovitz is a good player. And Aho is definitely outstanding. So they've got the talent along with those big guys up front. They've got some players.
4-yard carry by Aho on the play. He was tackled there by Campbell. And also in on the stop was Fred Thomas.
The key in this game, Neil, with these field conditions, you got to be able to run the ball straight ahead. You got to be able to block at the point of attack and not really make these backs have to cut and make cuts in this kind of condition. You want to run just power football straight ahead so these guys can keep their feet underneath them. And there's a prime example right there. Just handing to an off-tackle slant play. You see the fullback that time, he's just running straight ahead, not having to cut or to make any kind of move, just straight ahead running.
That was Brandon Grismore going straight ahead, as you described it, Duran.
And a big hole. You see Grismore that time cutting up in. If he goes straight up the field, he probably picks up some more yards, but give him credit. Right up through a big hole he ran and picked up some big yards for the South team.
Well, Brandon, a fine left fielder on the baseball team, broke his collarbone this summer, and he's back in there having a nice football season. This is Aho trying the right side, picking up some pretty good yardage on 1st down. Give him 5 on the play. Tackle there by Martez Young.
That could have been a big play that time. Martez Young coming up and making a nice tackle there. Good job by him, because I tell you, Aho was out there on the corner looking like he was ready to break it for a big game.
And so that brings up 2nd and 5. Shawnee Mission South, their 2nd possession of this ball game. They already trail at 7-0 on the Eric Holmes kick return. The left-handed Conrad finds Hunter Kovitz over the middle. And Kovitz down to about the 31-yard line, picks up the 1st down. Tackled there by Deron Lane and also Eric Holmes.
I tell you what, Neil, great execution that time. They've been pounding the ball up the middle, running those straight-ahead dives. Now the linebackers are expecting that dive, so they hang close to the line of scrimmage. And then Conrad hits Kovitz right there on the quick slant. You see the linebacker getting back too late. Watch the linebacker step forward. Now they're trying to get back. You've got to get back a little bit quicker. They hit the quick pass right there to Kovitz and for a big gain in the 1st down. But that's what the run does to you, Neil. You pound them inside, you hold those linebackers, then you're able to hit that quick slant in there with the play-action pass.
14 yards gives them the 1st down. As the 2 baseball pitchers hook up, 2 very solid starters for that Shawnee Mission South baseball team, Conrad and Hunter Kovitz. And this is Aho spinning and twisting, and he's got some nice yardage up the gut and close to another 1st down.
Good blocking up front, Neil, at the point of attack, but excellent running by Aho that time, picking this hole. And as I said, great philosophy here, straight ahead. You see the key block right there by number 44 on the linebacker, and Aho keeping his feet, not going down, is able to spin out of it and get down the field and pick up a big gain and another 1st down.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line for Shawnee Mission South. And this time it's the big fullback